Let me take you back to the year of 2019. From a cinema perspective, this was an incredible year. We had just experienced Parasite and the endgame of Avengers. But in the football world, Barcelona were taking on Liverpool in the semifinals of the Champions League. And mind you, this was still the years of Lionel Messi's Barcelona. And in that first leg, Barcelona thumped Liverpool with a 3-0 victory, with 2 goals from Messi and Suarez adding a third. But as the story goes, Barcelona would be knocked out of the Champions League in a shocking 4-0 defeat against Liverpool in that second leg. Now, while the headlines of the victors was filled with people championing the likes of Divock Origi, the storylines of the defeated was centered around blaming one player in particular. Now, you see, that player wasn't even starting. He did come on in the first leg as a substitute. But the issue with people was the chance that he missed because Messi had delivered an opportunity for him on a platter for him to scuff it over the bar. And that player was Ousmane Dembele. Now, you see, for those of us that remember Ousmane Dembele, he was going to be the next big star. And one of the first impressions that I had of him was when he was still playing for Rennes, and in an interview, he wasn't even sure if his strong foot was his right foot or his left foot. He soon left France for Germany to play for Borussia Dortmund, and with his star shining ever so brightly, he left for Barcelona. But this is where his story takes a turn, because at Barcelona, he fails to shine in any way possible. He fails to impact games when given opportunities, and his injury record starts becoming a massive issue. He is eventually moved on to PSG. But here is where the story turns. Following Mbappe's departure for Real Madrid, Luis Enrique decides to give a bit more of a responsibility to Ousmane Dembele. With the likes of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia on one side and Desiree Doué on the other, Enrique decides to use Dembele in a different role, in a more central, focal point role as a false 9. Dembele would go on to become one of the key figures under Luis Enrique, and in 2025, PSG would go on to complete a historic treble, including their first ever Champions League glory. Now, in my view, Ousmane Dembele's story isn't one for Hollywood. It isn't a story of a special redemption. If anything, it is a story of a human being that is able to keep his head down, continue to work hard, to be persistent, and to persevere until that one chance comes, and to not miss that opportunity. Ousmane Dembele is 28 years old, and to see him lift that prestigious Ballon d'Or award, it should serve as the story for all of us, for you and me, that if we continue to work hard, to persevere, and to stay persistent, our chance will come. And if we take that chance, who knows, we might win our own kind of Ballon d'Or. Congratulations, Ousmane.